Welcome to Explore English Churches, and today we are in the small hamlet of Shelton in North Bedfordshire, and we've come to explore St Mary's Church, which is an old medieval church, and you will be totally amazed at some of the things we're going to find inside this church. So come with me, let's take a wander round and see what we find. Now, St Mary's, as I say, is a 12th century church. This is a wonderful old church. And what we're going to do, we're going to take a wander up and have a look at the south porch, which dates back to around about the 1200s sometime. What I also noticed here is there is this rather large and also rather worn gargoyle on the roof here, and we're going to take a little look at him because he comes over as quite evil and quite also funny at the same time. And if I zoom in, I don't know how well this comes out on the video, but he's like laughing at you. I think that's rather funny. The first thing that strikes you is, of course, this beautiful door. How gorgeous is that? I believe in the old days, many years ago, weddings used to actually take place within the porch. And if we have a little look through the window, I always think that's a lovely shot. Let's go through this door. Very pleased to find the church open. I think it's under the care of the church's Conservation Trust, which, as I've said before, I'm a member. And creepy. And it's a wonderful organisation set up to preserve our churches. What I wanted to show you on the door is the massive key. Look at that. How glorious is that? I think we have a bee or something in here as well today. Ooh, I've just tripped over something. You know me, I'm always tripping over. So let's take a look down the church. And if you also notice, these are all old flagstones. Many of them very, very worn. And I wonder how many thousands of feet have passed over those, saying their prayers and asking for forgiveness over the centuries. These pews, as I say, are actually medieval pews. They are so old. Quite incredible that they still exist to this day. It has a rather plain rood screen, as you can see. It's lovely to find these churches like this. I truly do enjoy coming to these churches. And here's one of the old windows. Most of the windows, I believe, are approximately 14th century. We have a little bit of coloured glass up there. Can't make out what that is. But I do understand that some of the glass in the windows, in actual fact, some of the panes, should I say, are actually made from horn, which predates glass. We have a small piscina in here. Also, there are marks of glaziers on the windows, which I haven't seen yet, but I will try and keep my eyes open for them. If you look at this arch, you will see the remnants of the painting that would have been there. Obviously very, very worn. It's amazing that any of it actually survives. The other thing I wanted to show you was this leper's window. They're always referred to as a leper's window. Let's see if I can. Yes, this leopard's window, where leopards, so it's said in the old days, could peer through. And it has an oak shutter. Rather strange. Well, it's so strange. It's not strange that churches have leopards' windows. Not all do, but many do. Let's take a wander over. And I would like to be able to show you some more. We have a memorial up here. As I always say, these things are so difficult to read because they're so high. Susanna Tomey, I believe, and that dates back to 1664. On some of the pillars here, we have some writing which I can only presume would have been something to do with the Ten Commandments. Yes, I'm sure that's what that is. Yeah, thou shalt not. And also on the pillar the other side, we have exactly the same, which would be, again, my guess, one of the commandments. Now, I did notice this little dial here. Let me see if I can step up. Now, I don't know what the reference is on that. But again, it's obviously very original. Let's take a look down again. It's not a very big church, but then you wouldn't expect it to be very large. In a small hamlet like this, the font that you see is approximately 14th century. I wonder how many children have been baptized in that font over the years. Quite an interesting thought. And up here, on my right-hand side, we have, again, another wonderful window, and also one of the wall paintings that we've found here. haven't been able to find an information sheet out. Most of the time you will find one within the churches which gives you some explanation as to what you're looking at. But that we do know is a medieval wall painting, without doubt. And as we walk down, you will see that there's another. It's nice to come here and try to imagine what this would have looked like when it was all painted, when all the walls were painted. There's another wall painting that runs across the chancel arch. And above, if I can get to it, we have the cross, which again has been painted. I wanted to show you a little bit more about these pews. If you see how old the wood is, and what I did notice in these ones over here was a little bit of graffiti. And you can imagine sitting here for 3 hours getting bored at a sermon. Now, where did I see it? It's here somewhere. Ah, here we have some graffiti here, and a little bit more here. And I did spot something else. Ah, here we go. 1654. Wow. And this one here is 1653. I hope they hadn't sat here for a whole 12 months. But quite amazing. Fantastic. Let's take a walk up to the pulpit. Oops. Oh, I like the little lamp. Looking rather sorry for itself, but I do like it. It's quite amazing, isn't it? Now you get a clearer view from a distance of the wall paintings. And also as we come round, you can see the rood screen. I don't know if it's original to this church, but my guess is that it probably is. We have a very old organ at the back. And this is the door to the tower. Whoa. What I wanted to show you was this original ladder. And if you look at the work on this, this is the original ladder to the bells. Wow. Can you imagine the wood being cut for that hundreds and hundreds of years ago? And someone making that? Oh, fantastic. Wow. We have another wonderful window in here. Well reset. And again, we have hidden away in here some of the commandments. It is a wonderful church, and the Church Conservation Trust do a wonderful job, absolutely fabulous job of looking after these places. As I always say, they need to be protected. I've just noticed something else. Now look at that. Wow. If anybody knows anything about these markings, please make a comment down below. This one dates back to 1576. Down here, I just spotted some graffiti on one of the pillars. Here we go. Don't know when that dates back to, but obviously again, very, very old. But what I wanted to do was walk down here, and they have a copy of Van Dyck's Mother and Child. Quite nice. Not a bad copy, I would have thought. Oh, very good indeed. I do hope you've enjoyed this brief tour of St Mary's Church in this tiny hamlet of Shelton in North Bedfordshire, England. Please like the channel, subscribe. It doesn't cost any money to subscribe. It helps the channel grow. So I truly appreciate all the likes and all the people that subscribe to the channel. And gives other people an opportunity to be able to view some of these wonderful churches. How fabulous.